Hello everybody and welcome back to Blaster Master 02. Before we start exploring the planet proper, we're going to head down to Planetoid B4 because there's something here that I really want that's going to be extremely useful later in the game. We can do this immediately, we don't need the mobility item that's on the next planet. Okay, that's basically an area of effect attack centered on the Gaia Sophia. The reason it's extremely useful is that there are some enemies later on in the game that react to incoming shots, and because this thing attacks instantly, it can avoid having to deal with that. So now it's time to deal with Planet Montage. We can't go to the right quite yet, so we're just gonna have to go this way. The main feature of this area are these bamboo spear traps that you need to hit switches to get around or otherwise avoid. And yes, the ends are pokey enough to hurt the tank. I don't know how that works either. I mean, it's an alien planet. Maybe bamboo is just like that around here. Oh hey, I can crawl under here. I'm sure nothing bad can come of this. Heh, still easy. Huh, wonder what that's all about. I'm sure we'll find it out later. So as we remember from last time, Eve said that there was something non-mutant hanging around here. So the first thing we're going to do is check that out. Okay, that's what the Hexa missile looks like. Whoa, there's no way we're getting up there. Okay, so the thing about this area is that you need to find keys, and the number of keys you need to open certain doors is, well, right in front of said doors. You don't actually use up keys, but you have to find more to unlock the heavier doors. Well, looks like someone's been doing some farming. So that means there are actually people here somewhere. Yeah, I believe these enemies are infinitely respawning. I could be wrong. Oops, looks like we need to step on some crops. Well, I think the owner won't mind that much. Well, we gained full weapon power and lost it just as quickly. Well, I can't wait until I get Energy Guard. It's still in this game, but we're going to have to wait longer for it than we did in the original. Well, happened again. So yeah, one of the other features of the areas on this planet is that it's full of water which will slow you down. Well, we have 6 keys, so I think we can just go straight ahead here. Who's that? Oh, hold on. Legendary Takayari Ganbei? Oh man. I'll talk about this after the fight, but they dug deep for that reference. Okay, so Ganbei has a few attacks. He has these erratic throwing sickles. He throws flash bombs in front of him that can block your shots. And the timing for countering him is pretty tight. The best time to counter him is when he's doing his spear rush attacks. And it's during these that you can actually stun him and do some real damage. However, there is a cooldown on the stuns. And ow, ow. Once you reduce him to a certain amount of health, he starts throwing more flash bombs and starts moving faster. By the way, Takayari is just bamboo spear. He's very dangerous, but we got him. Support droid? So, he's one of our guys. So, there's a bit to unpack here. This guy and this entire area are a reference to a Sunsoft arcade game from the early 80s called Iki, which is about a farmer named Ganbei who's had enough of his lord's general malfeasance, so sets out to loot all of his lord's money while fighting off and killing his lord's ninjas. And his primary weapon are those, well, throwing sickles, and in the NES version you could also get a spear. Sure, let's work together. More tanks is best tanks. Sure, if we've got stuff to spare. Hey, a new counter move. Might as well grab this. I need the health. I'll have more to say about this particular group of characters once we get to the refuge. But there are some interesting things going on with these folks. Let's see, is there anything in here? Yes! It's a bit of a side area, but I need power-ups. I need all of them. Do I have enough? No, never. Okay, like the description said, when used as a counter weapon, it allows you to just rush down anything in melee. Like so. I'm going to stick with the counter shot. Because it's a lot more dangerous to fight in melee than at range. And then there's this jerk. For some reason I couldn't get the timing down on the counter until that last thing. In any case, the power-up here is the map. And I should have just used grenades to clear this out. It would have been much faster. And it's not like I don't have a lot of them. I don't know if the melee counter does more damage than the shot counter does. I'm sure the data exists somewhere, I just haven't found anyone who would have it. Okay, so now we can start heading back to the refuge. So while we do have the submarine parts, we haven't really encountered any area where they would be useful yet. They do exist, but not here. Okay, so let's look around. There's his MA, and there he is with his own pet. So I guess a typical metal attacker crew consists of a pilot, a support droid, and a pet. So, a couple of more things. I don't think we actually get a good look at her in the game proper, but Tai is basically a fox woman. She even has like 4 tails and everything. And the reason for that is because Ganbei is a farmer. They decided to model his support droid on Inari. Also, his metal attacker, the Kuabiko, is named after a Shinto kami of farming and agriculture and farmers, I guess. And its design is interesting because apart from its Gatling gun whose barrel sleeves look like bamboo spears, its cockpit actually looks like an industrial farm tractor cab. I don't know what function the dragonfly fulfills in their crew, but I'm sure it's very important and completely out of nowhere. So here's the backstory of what's been going on, which isn't something I actually picked up the first couple of times I played through the game. Yep, there's the title of the game he's from, or at least his name is from. Oh. Well, this is a problem we need to help solve. So anyway, what we got from him is wall jumping. Basically, there are passages that are just too tall for us to hover through, so we need to do, like, Metroid or Ninja Gaiden style triangle jumping to get up them. So now we can actually start moving to the right. But there are some other things we're going to pick up along the way. You're just a mutant-possessed robot. I don't need to listen to you. By the way, there are quite a few references to older and more obscure Sunsoft games in this game. This whole thing with Ganbei, that is not the last of them, not by a long shot. I guess they felt they could get away with it here because the previous Blaster Master game, well, Blaster Master Zero game, was just, in itself, a remake of the Sunsoft original. Yeah, you might see me hover instead of actually wall jump. That's because I don't quite have the timing down on that yet. So yeah, this room is a gigantic spike trap maze, as you can see here. But I still think it's kind of great how Inta Creates kind of remembers all of these older games too. So, looks to me like we've got a boss coming up with this save point hanging around here. So, restore energy by falling. And another save point already? Huh. I'm not trusting the game's generosity here. So this is actually a pretty big dungeon area. There are actually 8 keys to find around here and plenty of doors. Plus some of the keys here are held by enemies. I always found it confusing that there were grenade walls that were only one way. I mean, I'm not a structural engineer, but there's just something that seems odd about that. And hey, we finally got our Wave Blaster back. Okay, we've barely dodged all of that. And it's also kind of odd that they used Icky as the template for one of the areas in this game, because Icky was not a particularly good game. The arcade game was but the NES port was worse. Yeah, the thing is, keys aren't marked on the map, so you kinda have to do this exploring. Well, I gained nothing from that. I was thinking about the idea of obscure Sunsoft games, and I was thinking that aside from Blaster Master and Batman, that could actually describe a lot of Sunsoft titles. Okay, we need 8 keys to actually be able to use that save point, so we better start looking around. Because, yeah, you have Blaster Master and Sunsoft's Batman, but none of the other parts of their library ever really got any sort of truly wide notice. I mean, there were some cult hits like Journey to Silius and Shatterhand. Okay, so Zavira is actually nothing special. He has a few moves. He can teleport around and then shoot aimed bullets. He can rush after you, and then he can circle around, after which he will start shooting wide shots and hit me. So, this bullet sticks to enemies that it hits, and hits them multiple times. And, well, hey, that wasn't so bad. Wonder what Ganbei was complaining about. Sup, bro? Oh, what, does the real Dark Souls begin now? Oh, alright. We got the dimensional key, but... oh, that's why they placed it right here. Oh! Oh! That's big. Okay, so short version is that this is a combined boss. There's parts of this boss you have to fight in the tank, and parts you have to fight on foot. Okay, so first phase of Gather Vera, you need to actually climb this boss. Kuabiko will help you by placing these bamboo shoots you can wall jump off of. But what you need to do is get up here and start pounding this crystal. Once Kuabiko starts firing at it, you can enter one of the doors and deal with the Zavira clones inside. Each one of these is individually weaker than the one you fought at the end of the dungeon we just did. But things become a bit tricky after the first door. You'll have to do this 4 times before you can actually finish off Gather Vera. I usually start from the top and go down from there because it's easier to get back up to pound the boss's weak point. And every time you go into a door to fight these things, the boss arena gets more complicated. There are now 2 enemies. Plus there are spikes in the room. And I really should have picked those things up first. Because this is not going to get easier. After you finish the second door, power-ups stop appearing in the Zavira rooms. So after that point, you have to just make do with what you've got. So that means using lesser shots or grenades if you've lost some stuff. Well, that's 3 down. So yeah, there are 4 doors, 1 on each hand, 1 at the top, and 1 in the middle. This is the worst of the rooms because of the spikes in the center, which is normally pretty safe for fighting Zavira. Maybe I should have used the melee thing. Well, he's almost done for all the same. Yeah, I'm down to my basic shot. Okay, now we just finish it off. Well, congratulations, folks. We have mastered geography. Or would that be topology in this case? It's one of those. Ah, well. I do like that Ty is more rustic. You don't normally see that with Fox Ladies. Anyway, that's it for now. See you next time.